I was surprised, Joe, at your view this morning. Tell me why you came to that view.
So I'm prepared to work with anyone, by the way, to stop a no-deal Brexit. What I'm interested in is plans that actually work, because we don't have very much time. The 31st of October deadline is ticking. Whether we can get a law passed in Parliament to request an extension of Article 50 to have a people's vote, which you and I have campaigned for, that is something where we don't have very much time to do. And it could be that the route ends up being a vote of no confidence in Boris Johnson and the need to put in place an emergency government. And if that was happening, we would only have 14 days. So there's not much time for mucking about with things that are unrealistic. And bluntly, all I'm saying is it is unrealistic that Jeremy Corbyn is going to win a vote of confidence in the House of Commons under any circumstances, and that's not because of the Liberal Democrats.
But he'll get Labour votes.
Well, will he get all of them? I mean, David, really? Is he going to get every single one?
By and large, to stop a no-deal Brexit, Joe, he'll get Labour votes. The SNP, the Greens, Plaid, have backed him this morning. There are Conservatives obviously deeply concerned about no deal. He's put the brakes on this by saying it's temporary, it's not permanent, and it's only actually to get us to a general election. So if you were in negotiation with him, you'd laid some demands about it being time limited, how long, and other things. Joe, would you really prefer a no deal Brexit to working with Jeremy Corbyn?
No, I'd really prefer that we stop a no-deal Brexit. And I think if Jeremy Corbyn isn't realistic about the makeup of the House of Commons and how he is viewed, he needs to have a bit of self-awareness. I know that there's a part of the Labour Party that loves Jeremy Corbyn, but if you want to understand how others see him, particularly if you're going to ask Conservative MPs to vote a Conservative Prime Minister out of office, if there is the option that Jeremy Corbyn is going to become Prime Minister,
is it not worth a shot?
I genuinely believe that will make them less likely to vote no confidence in Boris Johnson, and that might be our shot to stop a no-deal Brexit.
Who would you
so
prefer
what I'm saying is,
to Jeremy?
well, I've suggested, how about Harriet Harman or Ken Clarke, the mother and father of the House? They're both well respected, have served in government. They're not people who anyone thinks is going to want to be Prime Minister for a long period of time, but it could be somebody else, right? I mean, if Jeremy Corbyn's got suggestions of others who would command that kind of respect across the House of Commons, people who aren't divisive figures in the House of Commons.
Joe, just two questions. Some would say, look, how could your party have been prepared to work with the Conservatives to deliver austerity, but not prepared to work with Jeremy Corbyn for a couple of weeks to stop no deal? Is that fair?
I'm absolutely prepared to work with Jeremy Corbyn to stop no deal, but I'm not prepared to go ahead with a plan that makes it less likely that we can stop no deal if he is going to put the precondition that he will only try to stop no deal if he can be Prime Minister. Because if this is about Jeremy Corbyn must be Prime Minister, we are less likely to win. So I think all of us need to put our party issues to one side and focus on what works.
So you don't believe him when he says he'll call a general election?
I don't believe that he would win a vote of confidence in the House of Commons, and I'm not convinced that we would maximise. I'm not convinced that we would maximise the chance of winning. Well, hang on, that's only if we win the vote of no confidence at the beginning of this process. And I think if it is viewed that it will be Jeremy Corbyn who might go into number 10, I think we are less likely to win the vote of no confidence. And I actually want this to work. I want to stop no deal. I want to stop Brexit, full stop. But I want to stop no deal. And it may be that the only way to do that is to succeed with a vote of no confidence in Boris Johnson. And so we need to have the plan that has the maximum chance of success, to have a potential emergency government that people can all get behind, whatever party they're from. And there are plenty of people in the House of Commons that fit that bill. Jeremy Corbyn just realistically is not one of them.
Joe, just finally, what did you think of Caroline Lucas's plan earlier in the week?
So, I mean, I've worked, as you have, with Caroline. I think she's a great MP. And again, I welcome the concept of people working together across party. I think that's good. And I am, I'm a huge feminist, as you know, as are you, David.
That's right.
But I, as well as thinking that, we absolutely need to have the benefits of women in senior roles, I actually also think men have something to offer too. And 2/3 of the House of Commons are men. And nearly half the country are men, and so I think that you tend to get better governance if you work together.
Into your party this morning.
Indeed,
is there
another
anything
Lib
else
Dem
planning
MP
to come?
Well, watch this space. I know there's a lot of MPs that are unhappy in their current parties right now. And as Liberal Democrats, we've been really clear, our door is open to people who share our small L liberal values. And people get a very warm welcome like Chuka Umunna and Sarah Williston has just today. So I hope there will be more Lib Dem MPs before long.